Hi, everybody. So, I am continuing with showing you how I use my tools. So, today I'm going to show you how I read tarot. I will say outright that I am not as expert with tarot as most of you probably are. Okay? Most of you are probably more expert at tarot than I am. I know that for a fact. Okay, I started reading tarot when I was in my 20s, even though I got tarot cards as a gift when I was a teenager from a friend's mother. Okay, she was a white witch doctor and she gave me her old ones. And I passed those old ones on to someone else, and I was given new ones by someone else, because that's what we do. We pass along our energy for each other. And anyway, I'm not that proficient with tarot, especially since I started doing shells, and shells are my purpose. Shells are my natural environment. Shells and water are my natural environment. After these two videos of tarot, I will try to show you how I do water, and I'll try to do a reading via water for you. Water is very personal and very emotional and very descriptive. Anyway, here we go. So I'm just showing you how I use tarot cards. I have seen great videos on YouTube, or people teaching other people how to read tarot. I truly recommend that you. The tarot cards are giving me anxiety. I just finished channeling Clive Davis as part 2, and the tarot cards are giving me anxiety, and I don't know why. So please give me some time to. Okay, so I'm gonna blow these tarot cards. Okay, let me blow these tarot cards. Okay, so I have two specific styles of reading tarot. Why do I read tarot? When do I use tarot? I usually read tarot during my wars. When I don't have a war going on, I don't even open the deck. The reason being that when I throw shells during my wars, they go haywire. The information is, overload for me. I can't make head or tail of it, because there's just all the shells are talking at once. The veil is talking. The veil is talking at once. The winds are talking at once, and my ancestors are talking at once, and like literally my mind blows, like boom. It blows. So my ancestors said, okay, you have other tools, right? You have other tools that you can use. And I pull out the tarot cards. Tarot is Grandma Elizabeth's forte, right? It's a white thing. Okay, so it would be her forte. So tarot is Grandma Liz's forte, white thing, her thing. And they said use tarot because tarot gives me limited information. Tarot gives me very limited information. Sometimes it drives me crazy. Okay, when I want more information and I can't get it, but there's no way I can use my shelf when I'm in the middle of a war. It has to be tarot. Because limited the information may be, it's enough to move me to the next stage and the next stage and the next stage. So This is my war tool. Now I read water. I'm very proficient with water because once again, reading water is a God-given gift, which he has given to almost every witch doctor. So I will be doing water and explaining how water works as a tool in comparison to tarot and to shells. And it might be interesting for you to know that actually when I dunk myself in water, be it the river, be it the bathtub, be it the swimming pool, I am the most psychic person you've ever met. So water is also unique for water people. Okay, so we have the tarot, and we totally have just like 2 spreads. So this week I'll do this spread, and then next week I will do this is just me, and I immediately know that some motherfucker has caged me. I'm caged because this is just my energy. Some motherfucker has caged me, and it is causing destruction in my life, right? But I'm not going to read myself, even though I would like to. I am going to do the one thing that I do when I do tarot, the Celtic cross. The Celtic cross shows me where my war is and what's going on with it, right? Where's my war? What's been going? So I guess I'll read me. Where's my war? What's going on with it? I do have an adversary right now. I have two adversaries I'm clearing from my metaphysical. Priscilla I don't remember her last name. Quateng. Yes, Priscilla Quateng. I've got Priscilla Quateng and Ferricus Akins. I'm cleaning out their energies. They sent a whole lot of incoming, and I am cleaning out the incoming, right? I am catching the incoming. So this is I'm catching the incoming because this is all new. I'm catching the incoming, and it is very interesting. So I use the Celtic cross, and I will explain why I use the Celtic cross. And I think I will also tell you the positions of the Celtic cross. So anyway, Isobel, see, sometimes I read cards that are flipped over, but we don't. That's a second alternative. What we do over here, my ancestors and I, we read the cards that fall to the ground, because the cards that fall to the ground are being pulled to the ground by the veil. The veil itself pulls the cards to the ground, and those are the ones we pick and use. And so we give the cards over to the veil, and they'll drop the cards. This is how I get my spells and rituals when I've been blocked by the enemy while I'm in war. While I wait to unblock myself, I talk to the veil using my tarot cards, and they tell me. So it's the same concept when I read. And you all have access. You all have access to the veil. As long as you're metaphysical, you have access to the veil. You have the key to the veil. So I'm going to call myself Isobel. See, I'm breathing heavily because shit is going down in my life. Let's see what shit. So this is me right now, the star. This is how I'm feeling. I'm feeling lucky. This is me. I am the subject, the star. And this is card 2, justice. What's going on in my life right now, what's affecting my life right now is justice, the legal system. Something's going on. I have been hacked. I lost all my savings to the hackers, and I am a saver by nature. So I have been hacked, and the police, the bank and the police are working on it very seriously. So I'm hoping I'll get what is mine back. And the one who is card 3 for me and my ancestors, it's always the card at the top, right? card 3 for me, my ancestors, is always at the top. What is above me? What is influencing my existence right now and what I am going through is the Emperor. For me, the Emperor is a demon. And lately, Priscilla has an Emperor demon, right? So it could be him. I'm afraid of the Emperor. What I'm standing on, my foundation, that which they are going after, that which I am suffering for, a happy home with wealth, right? It's always about money. What is behind me? And this is the Queen of Wands. And this card goes here. I already know who this is. This is Priscilla Quateng. She always comes out as the Queen of Wands. The other day, she was here in my future. I knew an attack was coming. It got to me last night. Yes, Priscilla Quateng's stuff attacked me last night, so it would be behind me. This card for me is always behind me for my ancestors. What is in front of me? Money. So, and to me, the Ace, always Pentacles for me represents money. That would be so good because I ain't been getting any, okay? Okay, so this is what is working in my favor, what I have. What I have to work with, defense mechanisms. I have to defend myself, and I have great defense. So we know that. So now we are calling Isobel again. Isobel. And once again, the veil has dropped cards. So this gets interesting. I don't, let me push all this over there so that you can see the spread. So the veil dropped a whole bunch of cards again in my favor, right? There. So strength, the environment, my environment. What is in my environment right now? A great deal of strength. The strength is the card. See, I shall have to get, okay. Then there is 5 of Cups, a wish. I don't wish to lose any more things. And then there's this card, the 6 of Cups. It's constantly coming up. It's been coming up a lot this week. It's not my favorite card. For my ancestors and I, it stands for demons. Those of you who read tarot cards, please feel free to email me what you see in my cards. I would be so thrilled to read your interpretations of my cards. No, I'm serious. I'll be so thrilled to read your interpretations. For us, when we see this card, we shake, my ancestors and I. The 6 of Cups represents a very persistent demon that's difficult to get rid of for us. Okay, each of these cards that you are seeing right now, to us, they represent demons. Even Priscilla Quateng represents a demon. And she did attack me last night. It was very painful, very excruciating, but I lived. And I'm here because I did do some defense mechanisms, like they said. So then there are these cards that fell too. We don't put them away because these cards have been given to us by the veil. The veil has given them to us for a reason. So what we do is go to the final card and then we line them up. And all these look like fucking demons to me. But hey, okay. I'm trying to do a reading without thinking about demons. So we line them up, right? Demons, fuck all demons. Okay, to us, to my ancestors and I, to me, that's all we see. So we line them up. They become the reason why things are turning out the way they are. So this is my Celtic cross, right? My war tool, my war room. When I'm still at war, but really it's like cleanup operations right now. Priscilla Quateng sent me all those things ages ago, and now I'm just defending and cleansing and protecting and burying the bitch. But I'm sure she'll be back again in rotation and again in rotation because she was very persistent in fighting me. Okay, so is it Priscilla though? I've just made an assumption. So we're gonna ask the veil. Is this Priscilla? Okay, flipped card. We try not to take unless if we are desperate. So I say, Queen of Wands, are you Priscilla? 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 Refusing. See, Queen of Wands, are you Priscilla? Queen of Wands, are you Priscilla? If no card falls out after a certain time, we know it's not Priscilla, right? Queen of Wands, are you Priscilla? Queen of Wands, are you Priscilla? Yeah, we don't just let them fall. We try to catch them because the veil will drop all at once. Okay, so we're going to switch to Queen of Wands, are you Agnes? 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 So we get a no and we get a yes and a no and a yes. So that's a maybe. So we'll have to ask again. Queen of Wands, are you Agnes? 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 We're not surprised by the struggle because Agnes and Priscilla, they put their energies together. Queen of Wands. So we're not surprised. So this no or yes still tells us that I let it down, so I gotta put it back up. So it still tells us that they are still working together, and because they're both earth signs. Remember your elements, they are both earth. So because they are earth, they are connected. So to us, the no part is Priscilla that we were feeling, and the yes part is Agnes because they amalgamated their energies. So okay, so we're going to leave it at that because I can't be bothered. So anyway, the Queen of Wands, the Wands for me, represent earth signs. I don't know why. For most people, they are fire, okay? Because most people, they are fire, and the tarot themselves say it's fire. But I've never received usual. To me, they come out as earth signs who use fire, right? So when I see a King of Wands or a Queen of Wands, I immediately go to earth signs, and their juju towards me is fire. Okay, so Queen of Wands, either Agnes or Priscilla Quateng, because they put their energies together to work against me. Okay, the Emperor for me doesn't sit well, but I'm going to stop looking at it like a demon because all I'm seeing are demons. I'm going to stop looking at it like these are all demons because they are. Okay. And I'm going to read them like, you know. Okay. So the Emperor is standing above my life. And this Emperor has a great deal of power. And beneath me, my foundation, and the reason why people juju me all the time, my foundation is one of a happy home and wealth. That's why I'm jujued all the time. It has never manifested into reality because I'm jujued. So anyway, the Emperor for me today will stand for my ancestor. Usually when I get the Emperor, it stands for a metaphysical being, not a person. Okay. Just when I put it out, right, the first time, only when second or third. So for me right now, it's a metaphysical being, not a person, right? Then Ace of Pentacles for me is money. So I'm being told that money is coming my way. I hope so because I'm going through it financially. So then here it says seven of wands for me. That's my power, my strength. And at once I say my protection measures in which I'm using fire are taking effect. They may take time, but they are taking effect. And that's my goal. The environment requires strength. So we will ask why. Strength. What kind of strength is required here? Okay. A trip. I have to work. Going somewhere is going to be very difficult for me. A trip. A trip is coming up. I know it's South Africa. I'm only going in January, but there's so many issues already. So a trip, I need strength. Okay. Ooh. Okay. Working with other people. Wheel of Fortune. What will be will be. There will be an offer. There will be some kind of accolade. There will be a King of Pentacles, and there will be the World. Now, trust me when I say this. When it is my reading, these are all obstacles I need to get over. I'm looking at the time. Obstacles I need to get over. So there is a business deal, okay, that requires me to travel. Strength, I'm not going anywhere. Working with other people, right? And there is the Wheel of Fortune upright. It's all good, right? However, there is this Page of Cups. To me, it's a person. There is the Six of Wands. For me, again, it's a person who wants fame, a person who wants accolades, a person who wants, power. And there is the King of Pentacles, a person who wants money. I have to defeat these three people, okay, to get to where I want to go, which is South Africa, the world. I have to defeat them. So already I've picked out 3 male enemies. They could be energies that were sent to stop me. They could be energies that were sent to stop me, or they could be actual people working separately, right? But at once I know that for me to be able to go to South Africa, I'm going to have to fight these 3 men. Okay, one of them is very young. The other one is in his 30s, because to me, the guy with the ones and the hat, to me, he is young. He's in his 30s. And the King of Pentacles is someone who is in his 50s and he has money. So, that's understandable. It's always the rich African men who attack me. That's just the way it is. Then I go to my wish. I don't really bother with the wish card because that's just a wish card. And then I finally go to the top one where I'm looking for my enemies. Once again, to me, this card, the 6 of Cups, represents the worst demon. It is the demon that makes the connections between me and my enemies. This is always the demon they use, the 6 of Cups demons. So without looking at it as a demon, I'm saying this family coming, something to do with my family. If we don't see a war thing, we don't give a fuck. But I connect the Emperor with, I connect the money, and I connect this as, so for me, it is saying the Emperor is going to bring you money that will bring you a new family, a new life. That's what it's saying to me. And we don't give a fuck about that message because it's not true. Okay? We don't give a fuck about that message because it's not true. What we look for, again, is the juju that has been placed in my life, right? So to us, because this is a war board and we will not be seduced. But I'm looking forward to what you all have to say, okay? All of y'all, whoever wants to, I'll be so grateful. It'll make my day. Okay, so we have a fucking Knight of Cups. He needs to go down. Okay. We have a fucking Knight of Cups who has made himself my family. So now I've caught 4 men in this reading. Okay, and we have a Page of Swords who has made it like we serendipity, like, oh my God, because this card for us is serendipity, but it's also a metaphysical connection that people use. I've already been told that people are fucking attached to you as your family member, and these are the people who are attached to you as family members. This Cups dude, who's got nothing better to do with themselves, this page of swords has used serendipity to attach themselves to me. That's the spell that was fucking used. And Elona has fucking metaphysically married me. Elona has metaphysically married me, and that's the family that is being talked about right there, which then makes me realize that the emperor who's over my head does not belong to one of my ancestors. This emperor either belongs to Priscilla Agnes Mix, or to one of the three men that were on my strength, or one of the three men that are in my conclusion, right? Are they the same three men? We will then have to do a spread on that. Are they the same three men, or are they two different men? You know, are they the same three men, or are they two different men? We'll have to do a spread on that. So I'm gonna, because this is just like 30 minutes, I'm gonna cut, and I am going to get back with you on my wall board. Okay, and I'm back. Okay, so this is my wall board still. What I would like you guys to do though is to read these cards for me and forget the demons. Forget what we are seeing, because we are using one perspective. I'd really like to be entertained and encouraged. And I'd really like to hear some great news. So if you could give me some great news, because we use tarot cards as wall boards. So we've discovered that we are feeling that it's the same three males, just that we are getting more information about them. That's what we are feeling. But anyway, this continuation, part 2, we are feeling that. Okay, so now we're going to break down each card, because we're about that business. Okay, so who is the Queen of Wands? Who's the Queen of Wands? Who's the Queen of Wands? See, it's really refusing to tell us. But so now we're going to have to use the flip side. Someone who has surrendered. They don't want to fight no more. They have surrendered. Someone who is financially unsafe. They don't have money. They are poor. Let's just say it. This could be either Agnes or Priscilla. Okay. Someone who is moving and who has a King of Wands. So now when we see this, we know it's Agnes. Okay, we know it's Agnes. Okay, but we also know it's not Agnes, because these two girls put their energies together and made themselves one person. They both did the ritual in which they brought their energies together, and they could do it because they are earth children. That's why your elements are so important. Your elements are important for this sort of thing. They are earth children, so they could do it, and they agreed, and they both did the rituals, and they connected, right? So Agnes and Fericus are husband and wife in the metaphysical, perhaps because Agnes, she totally metaphysically married the dude. I mean, I don't know. She totally metaphysically married the dude, or they metaphysically married each other, or they did the sex thing, the sex ritual that Fericus wants to do with every woman. He, however, is also metaphysically married to Priscilla. So, we're like, okay, so what we have here are two different characteristics. We do know that Priscilla is changing residence. We know that. We've seen that. So we know that Priscilla is changing residence. We do know that she has quit coming after us, but we do know that she's quit coming after us, but now we are just, she had incoming before she quit coming after us. So now we're dealing with the incoming that she threw before she decided she's done. She doesn't want to fight no more. We do know that Priscilla is poor. We know that. And we do know she's metaphysically married to Fericus. We also know Agnes is not moving, okay, anywhere. She's not going anywhere. We know that already. We do know that she hasn't given up the fight. She is still looking for ways of bringing us down. We do know that she is poor. And we do know that she is attached to Fericus, who is the king of wands. So once again, we are stuck with the blend. We call it the Priscilla-Agnes blend, okay? So this is the Priscilla-Agnes blend. The incoming that came was something they did together. I was fighting all night. Such is my life. I was fighting all night. So we take those cards off the board. So we're okay with that. Just same old enemy. So now we're going to ask who the Emperor is, because we're about that business. And we were right. We were right. The Emperor, this fell, but it was decided not. The Emperor is a thief. Okay? The Emperor is a thief. And this was a lazy fuck all thief. That's the Emperor. And once we know that, that's Fericus. So now we know exactly what the final card is trying to say. So who is the Emperor? Who's 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 the Emperor? And we get more information from the veil. The Emperor is he considers himself very worldly and is a world leader, and the Emperor is a distance away from my ass. He is looking across the sea at me. Now that's interesting, because there's no ocean between me and Fericus. So at once we know that we assumed it, we are asses. So who's the Emperor? 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 So now we're asking the veil to tell us. Okay, so this is what we call the veil getting angry. Where we get a lot of cards. Someone was going through severe heartbreak. We also know that Fericus paints himself in a different light in the metaphysical. So we need these cards to work it out. Someone who has had an offer rescinded. Someone whose protections have fallen apart. Someone who thought he was, gunning for money and going to get that money no matter what. Someone who has absolutely no creativity and no opportunities, nothing is coming their way. As someone who practices bad magic, an evil person, an evil guy, someone who's removing their swords from their backs. The swords from their backs are falling apart. They are waking up, and an uneducated motherfucker, and that is Fericus, and he has hidden himself. Right now, he's standing over my life. And he has hidden himself under the disguise of being a very worldly male who lives overseas, away from my ass. This is all for South Africa. He's trying to get into my metaphysical in South Africa. We've been seeing this for a while. He did a lot of work on South Africa. I guess the moment I told him I was going to South Africa, when he was annoying me, and I said, you know what, I'm going to South Africa anyway, what's the big deal? He threw a whole lot of rituals and spells to initiate himself in my life. So now we have to clean this little motherfucker out. I mean, we're in the process of doing it. Our shit should be hitting him anytime soon. So I'm not worried because we already put shit in the air. So now it explains this. This is a fantasy that Fericus created, and he fit himself in it. Right. The conclusion, the fantasy that he created, in which we are a happy family. Like I said, this demon, when we see it, we shudder. We shudder whenever we see this demon. I'm just showing you how we do how we use tarot for war. So this demon right here, we've seen it before. Every time this demon comes, we shudder. So the Knight of Cups, to us is an offer that he is claiming. Basically, he's claiming we're naturally meant to be together and we are binded forever. And the only thing that's interesting to me is the loneliness. So basically, he's giving me loneliness when I go to South Africa or whatever he's thinking in his head. It doesn't matter. But we also have incoming. Okay, we also have incoming towards him because we knew this was coming. So we have incoming. So as you can see, I'm not jumping around hysterical. These are old enemies. These are enemies we were expecting, and these are enemies that have popped up. It's very interesting to us that the emperor is standing over my life when there is no money in it, and he's trying to make, so we know at once that he's trying to make sure that I don't get justice. Okay, that's what he's trying to do. That's what we see. He's trying to make sure that I don't get justice and I don't get shit, right? Whatever. So now we've seen there are still 3 men on this board. Two of them we haven't identified. We've identified Fericus. He's easy to identify because he's so stupid and brainless. He always puts the same story into the universe, but they all do. So so what we have here is see, when we listen carefully to the winds, we can hear Fericus saying, everything you have should be mine. It is mine. He's claiming it, which makes sense. He's always claiming everything. Everything you have and everything you are is mine. So, okay. So what we will then do is that we've got the same old enemies. We've got their list. We know we've already thrown our shit their way. Okay.
So we're at war, and it's okay. What we look for, but we haven't identified two other males. These two males have been popping up. They could be Agnes's kids, but I think the other day we didn't. I think we did Agnes's kids, and they were not hers. So there are two other males who are on me. I could have picked them up from Instagram, but their influence is not strong. Okay? Their influence is not strong. That's what I can say. As soon as I get to South Africa, I'm gonna go to other sangomas and end this whole Fericus fiasco and Priscilla fiasco. I'm gonna go to other sangomas and they're gonna help me end it. So we're not really worried because we saw that they will be doing it over and over again. We're just gonna get more firepower from other sangomas and then we're just gonna end them. Yeah, end them as soon as I get to South Africa. So anyway, Fericus. Oh, see. And at once it flips. Fericus won't leave my life. Fericus thinks he'll be poor without it, but he is literally out of ammunition. Whether he knows it or not, and it'll take him a while to know, he is out of ammunition. But we're still gonna ask just for you guys to see how we find out what they have done. We ask Fericus, what do you want from Isobel? 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 Okay. Money! Okay, money. He wants money. So what money do you want? He says, we try not to listen to what the winds are giving us because the moment I start channeling, I